place where the magic happens. Conversations flow and the laughter snapping. Here at Netter's Network, where the stories come alive. Every episode's a journey, every guest a drive. Netter's Network, tune in for the show, where the headlines meet the heart, and we all get to know. From the highs to the lows, we've got it all in tow. Netter's Network, where the world's on the go.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Netter's Network Thursday Things. As you can see from the scroll bar at the bottom, our special guest couldn't make it tonight. He had a conflict. Forgot he was already booked for something else, so he's going to reschedule. But we're still here, and we're still going to chat, and we're going to have a good time. Don't know if we'll have as long a stream as normal, but, we're going to chat. Of course, joining me is that guy at the end of the bar. The love of my life. Troy Pacelli, how you doing tonight, sweetie? And what are you sipping on?
I'm doing okay, relatively speaking, but I'm having a lemonade tonight. I'm getting as well hydrated as possible because tomorrow is adult beverage night.
Excuse me, I drank wrong or swallowed wrong. I'm drinking a Signature Select seltzer water, cherry flavored. JPRPH1 says Troy needs to sing.
Maybe tomorrow. I'm not feeling too much like singing tonight.
Yeah, speaking of our guests, our chat guests.
Let's say hi to them.
FKHC 2005, also known as Tim, and First.
Yes.
Is saying hello. And there is Connie Cleary also saying hello to the chat. Lady Miss with her pretty hearts and flowers. Thank you, sweetie.
She's sweet.
Big Al Presents saying hello, my friends. Have a great stream tonight. There's that last call guy flirting with that Netter's chick.
That call guy.
That call guy, yeah. And there she is, flirting right back. Let me see. Here's Selby with Face Fuchsia Flower Shape. And then there's a lot of little pictures of flowers, which is really pretty. At Lady Mist. Oh, that's so sweet. You're getting bouquets of flowers from Curtis. As I mentioned before, JPRPH1 saying hello. Gorilla Sensor Thoughts. Kapla.
Good to see you, my friend.
Big L says he's having a virgin limoncello.
Yep. Lemonade. Yep.
Deleted scenes with his salute. How you doing, sweetie? And the name that's so much fun to say. Timey Wimey Lemmy.
Timey Wimey Lemmy. I love it.
How you doing, sweetie? Let's see. Did I miss anybody? I'm trying not to let the chat jump. I think I'm at the bottom. Okay, Curtis says, what costs more, streaming on X or on Rumble? Well, you're on Rumble. Does it cost anything to stream on Rumble? Or X? Because I know you've done both.
Yeah. I do have a what do you call it? Like blue check, whatever they call the blue check on X. So,
yes,
so there is there is a cost. You can't stream unless you're a verified member.
But I thought you streamed on X before you were a blue check.
Yeah, that was before they decided that it was going to become a premium membership related thing, which is fine. I mean, it's a nominal fee, and I'm starting to try to build my presence on X as well. But it doesn't cost anything to do Rumble. If you are doing YouTube and not backing up to Rumble, you're missing out. You really should be doing that.
And Mark Melnikoff saying, Kapla just dropped in to say Hi, whole sporking around the my entire great stream. For those of you just joining us, you can see by the little scroll bar at the bottom, our special guest could not make it tonight. He double booked. And since I was the latest one booked, he was like, sorry, can we rebook? Or reschedule. So we're going to reschedule. But you know what? We're still here. You're still here. We can chat.
Absolutely.
One of the things I did want to mention is I will be having a members only stream starting next week. It'll be in the hour before Thursday Things. Not sure if I'm going to come up with some cutesy name for it or something, or it's just going to be Netters Network members only stream. It might be just that bland. I don't know. Or if y'all want to suggest some names, I'm open to them. Of course, it'll be for members only. And Gorilla said, "Do you need a guest?"
Could always use a guest.
Yeah, I can always use a guest. Did you mean for tonight or near future? So we will, like I said, I will be having a members only stream. Like I said, starting next week, an hour before the show. So that'll be 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. And it's going to be you guys. You're going to be able to come on and talk like me and Troy are. So you're going to, get a link. You can come in. We can chat about anything and everything, like actual chat, like with words, not like chat and we got type stuff. And I think it'll be fun. Just talking about anything you want. And of course, Troy has a members only stream now on Monday.
Every Monday night. I've moved the what's it called? The Monday night at the movies has now become members night at the movies. And I am on the members chat, or whatever you call it, the community tab for members. I have a poll up and I'm planning to do that every week, so that you guys can tell me what you guys would like to see, for your stream. I've got a poll right now. We're in a runoff right now. I believe it's The Big Lebowski, The 300, and Animal House. Those are the three that are up for consideration for this week.
I have a very special guest in my chat, Andy Masterson. Well, welcome, sweetie.
Welcome,
Glad to have you here.
The marvelously talented Andy Masterson himself.
Yes.
Good to see you, my friend. Thanks so much for being here.
And of course, Charlotte Nightstar, the werewolf.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I'll tell you what, you got to check out her channel. She's got some great music, and she's really finding her voice on her channel. And I mean that literally and figuratively. Definitely worth your time to check out.
Absolutely. Her music is amazing, too.
Yep.
Paste. Okay. Andy says he's headed to the gym. Well,
of course he is, because he is Mr. Hardbody. He's going to outlive us all, I'm sure.
Oh, probably. Let's see. I'm trying to see if there's any comments I need to bring up. I'm also still trying to say hi to people in the chat tonight. Say okay. It's like, because there are a couple that I verbally said hello to, but I always like to put in the chat too my hellos to everyone, or hi sweeties. So yeah, Gorilla, if you are interested in being a guest, I have March 27th open, and then April 10th and beyond. So yeah, let me know which day would be good for you. Gorilla says, I just got home and fed and watered, so can come up.
Oh, now is what he's saying.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, if you want.
You want some of the link, sweetie?
I could do that, sure.
Okay. It looks like we have a surprise guest tonight with Gorilla's Censored Thoughts. While Troy's doing that, I'm going to try and make sure that I have said hello to everybody in the chat. If I have not dropped a hi, sweetie, for you, please let me know so I can do that. Because, gotta drop my hi, sweeties. I think I got everybody. Pretty sure I got everybody. But just in case, if I did miss you, please let me know. Curtis says, huzzah, now censor him.
Yeah, right. Well, we got to get him in here first. I just dropped that link for you in the DM on X.
And hello to John Doe Juggalo.
Welcome, welcome.
Okay, so for those of you that are just joining, our special guest could not make it tonight. He accidentally double booked, but Gorilla Censor Thoughts should be in here shortly.
Absolutely.
Okay, just want to make sure I'm not missing any comments. Oh, Jesse Guajardo, hello, sweetie.
Welcome, Jesse. Always good to see you.
It's okay. I went to call up John Doe Juggalo. There we go. Saying hello. Okay. And of course, if there are any topics for my members only stream that you want to discuss, it's like throw them out there. I'm happy to make a list, and
Always.
It's something that we can definitely talk more about on next Thursday. So Troy's gonna have to show me how to do the super secret members only streams, so I can set those
it's easier
up.
than you think. It's actually one thing that that YouTube has made. What do you call it? User friendly. Kind of.
Oh yeah.
It kind of makes sense. Yeah.
Gorilla says device is not connected, so something didn't quite work there. Okay, there we go.
Hey there.
Welcome, welcome. How you doing today, my friend?
Oh, it's been one of those weeks.
Yes,
Oh,
I'm
totally
having
good.
one of those weeks too. I know exactly what you're talking about, exactly where you're coming from.
Yeah.
PH1 says it involves a decoder ring.
Oh man,
Yes.
there I get to find out how much the Windows went up with over the last few years.
Oh, you need to get new windows?
One window.
One window. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I can tell you, we had all the windows in our house replaced not too long after we moved in, and I would not trust Feldco. They told me one thing and did something completely different, and then I couldn't get a hold of anyone to get it corrected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously not a sponsored stream.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, that sounds like a local company instead of like a national company.
Oh, I didn't know if they
It
were all
could be.
over or not.
It could be. Yeah.
Mm.
But so how have you been, my friend? What have you been up to? How's your channel doing?
Just been mostly streaming, and I've kind of I've somewhat I get the burst of growth, then it slows down, burst of growth, then it slows down. It's kind of weird how that goes. But
No,
I've
I
learned a
get
few.
you, yeah.
I've learned a few things though, like people search by hashtags there. People enjoy the cigar lounges and stuff. So
Yep. I am finding that if you have a specific topic and you can hashtag it, that's usually a good idea. Because it'll draw people to it. I mean, I think that's where a lot of the traffic for Live from Sparkwood and 21 is coming from, because we all put, hashtag Twin Peaks, hashtag David Lynch,
Yeah.
and
Geek Flag Nate says, Bonjour, Netter, Troy, and Gorilla. Welcome.
welcome, welcome.
Bajua. That's about the most French you'll get out of me.
Bonjour.
Bonjour, comment ça va?
Oh no, and yeah, I learned to So we learned to kind of push all the political talk to one stream there too. So instead of spreading it out amongst all the streams.
Yeah, I know. I have had people want me to get a little bit more political, and it's like, I mean, I want to be as relatable as possible to as large an audience as possible.
Yeah.
I don't I'm not saying that I'm willing to compromise, but I do
Yeah.
feel like, maybe I should be a little bit more reserved. What would grandma say? Grandma always used to say, you don't talk about religion and politics in polite society. I don't know that the internet is anything like polite society. Don't get me wrong there. But
No, my grandma always say, "Get the argument over with it. Take the fist fight outside. Shake hands afterwards."
right. Yeah. Yeah, it's time to just, get down to brass tacks.
Yeah. No.
I have to ask, what does your shirt say? I am what?
Oh,
I can only see the I am.
well, I got this shirt because they fired me from being on the sandblaster because my arms are too short, and I kept letting go of the sand gun there and breaking the glass and the lights. So I found one with the T-Rex there that says, "I am unstoppable."
I like that.
That's funny. Yeah, that's
So I bought it
there you go.
I bought it specifically for a joke. There,
Yeah.
$20. It could have been wasted. Could have been a great joke, but it only like 15 people. No, like only like 5 or 10 people would gets the reference. Even a couple of them don't even work there anymore.
Jesse Guerrero says he loves your shirt.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
I have
JPRPH1
of
says,
these.
my grandma said, Sicilian, you Calabria.
Yeah, I'm Calabrese. Exactly. That's exactly right. Oh my gosh. Yeah. No, he knows his stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
The funny thing is that I think most of you guys know I'm a big fan of the Metatron, and I'm like, oh great, he's Italian. And then he says, yeah, I'm Sicilian. And I'm like, oh, I thought you said you were Italian.
Yeah, there was one show that he did where he's like, because he's this big linguist.
Yeah,
and he
he's
speaks
a
several
polyglot,
different languages. Yeah. And he goes, I've been watching all these different language videos on YouTube, and they make me crazy. He goes, the way these people try to pronounce Italian words is just insane. Lamborghini.
Yeah. And he does the hand. Yeah, exactly.
Though I do kind of wonder when that switched over to Italy there, because the Roman Empire was founded by the city of Rome in what's now Italy there, and it was Roman. They spread out from there, but during the fall and collapse, somehow that switched to Italy, and they started speaking Italian, and it's actually, I think, Romania is now where they still speak somewhat of the ancient Roman.
Yeah, he was talking about because I had never really fully understood this until I saw Metatron talking about it. He was saying that a lot of people have a hard time understanding that Italian is actually a mishmash of, and this was his way of putting it. Not sure if you call them languages or dialects, because dialect usually implies they're the same language, like what the English that you speak in Chicago might be different from the English that you would speak in Louisiana, which is also different from the English you would speak in London. But you'd all understand each other because you're basically speaking the same language, just a different dialect, because you're going to have different, what do you call it, slang, right?
Yeah.
Well, in Italy, they are almost completely different languages, to the point where people can't even understand each other. And it really has to do with the history of Italy. Italy is a kind of a confederation of older countries, kind of the way Greece was, very much the way, in a lot of ways, the United States is. The different states you could almost think of as different countries under one federation, right?
Or the way Germany used to be, maybe?
More like the Balkans, And but yeah, I didn't really know that about Italy until he had been talking about it. And it explains something that my grandmother had once told me. She said that she and my grandfather used to try to speak Italian in the house when my mom and uncle were kids, so that they would learn the language, so they'd be at least, duolingual. But they couldn't understand each other. The Calabrese and the Genoese was just so different.
Yeah.
They couldn't even understand each other, so they didn't even bother. So my mom never really spoke any
Jesse
Italian.
Quire says, "Hey, Gorilla," and he's calling you random thoughts, not censored thoughts.
Well,
oh, he's dead naming me, huh? He's dead naming me. I'm kidding, Jesse.
In fairness, you are still Random Thoughts on X.
Is he?
No, that's because that's because the last time I tried changing my name, I got locked out of the entire account.
Oh gosh.
And start over.
How do you feel about old toy lines making a comeback?
Oh,
I don't know. I never really collected much for toys. Like I got a few collector items. Like I got some Star Trek glasses. I got Vader's TIE bomber stuff. I got a few here. But it's like, is it good to value the old stuff when I bringing that stuff back, or is it just a cash grab, or people actually wanting to buy it some more?
Well, you'd like to think that even if it's a cash grab, it's because there's a market for it out there and they want to exploit it. I've always said, whether it's movies, toys, whatever it is, if you give the customers what they want, they will pay for it. And if you're greedy, that's a good thing for us, because that means you're providing us what we want. When it's when they decide what we want that it becomes a problem. Jesse,
you mean like the way Disney's doing right now?
Exactly. Well, almost all the companies. I was just about to say that Jesse's probably thinking about a channel that a number of us follow. Analog Toys just did a video about like the top, I want to say top 10, maybe it wasn't 10.
Wait, is that Tony or Tim?
Tony,
okay.
Top 10 toys that like went away and came back again. And some are better than others.
Yeah.
And one of the ones he was talking about was back in the 80s, there was the Superpowers collection, DC Comics, main characters, what you'd consider the Justice League, right? Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Robin, and so forth. Well, McFarlane Toys got the license to the Superpowers collection. They started putting them out. The problem is they put them out at a larger scale than the old ones. So on the one hand, he was putting out figures that were either very rare in the old toy line or were never actually produced that collectors wanted. But then they would look and go, I can't display these with my old 80s or 90s action figures because they're different scales, It's those kinds of dumb decisions.
But another thing I could also see, problem I could see with it, it's one thing if people actually want the old toy lines, but people go out and just start buying up, like, say, a bunch of people they bring back a bunch of Transformers and all that. I was choosing a random name here, insert whatever. And they just go, oh, people are interested in Transformers. And they reboot the whole thing and just totally do it, wreck it like Section 31 did the Star Trek.
Yeah. And see, that's just it. If you're going to do it in the way that they want. If you don't do that, then you're not rebooting it. You're making something entirely different. So on the one, and one of the other toy lines that Tony was talking about was He-Man. Now, I was never a big He-Man fan, but I know of the figures. I've seen the figures.
Yeah, I've got a He-Man and a Skeletor.
Right. And in the past decade or so, they've tried rebooting it, and they've had a couple different lines. The one that has done the best is the one that is exactly in scale with the originals. And they're remaking some of the figures with more articulation, and they're doing really well. And they're putting out new figures, and they're doing really well. We give the fans what they want; they will buy it. It's hard to be nostalgic about something that never was, and now you're creating something new and rebooting, you know?
Yeah, yeah, and see the I think a problem with a lot of these newer writers here is they don't look at what made the shows or movies classic and great. They just write what they want and just slap the name on it and use
Yeah.
familiar stuff.
So it's a double-edged sword, right? So on the one hand, they want first you have a company pay millions or billions of dollars to buy a property, right? Or
Yeah.
they're willing to put that much money into a property they own because they want to make money off of it, right? They turn it over to a showrunner or a producer, director, writer, whatever, and they go, well, I don't really want to do that. I want to do my own thing. So they completely corrupt it into something that it was never meant to be. And it's like, if you really want to do your own thing, go do your own thing. If you have to use the name of some other property that isn't yours, then you have no business writing anyway. I mean, either take the job and do the best job you can to make something in that genre, in that franchise, or don't do it. Period. I mean, just my thought.
No.
And then there was some discussion about Dr. Pepper root beers floats.
Oh, that's because I bought this because it was on sale for three for $4. So.
Oh, okay.
And usually I've been going for the generic brands cheaper. But I did find if you don't want to pay the $2.50 to $3 for a Dr. Pepper or whatever the price and size for that, I found that Dr. Topper from Dollar General's is pretty close. Still has a little bit strong cherry flavor, and Dr. 38 from Hy-Vee is also very close there. The problem with a lot of Dr. Peppers is they overdo the cherry flavor in it. They way overdo the cherry. It's almost like drinking cherry juice there. But if you want like something close to Mountain Dew, Mountain Explosion is made by Pepsi, so it's therefore pretty much is just Mountain Dew, only cheaper.
JPRPH1 says, I have all the Bandy Tick toys, talking tick. And Jesse says, tick?
Yeah, I don't know the tick. But,
and then we've got Spoon. And Delita gives a spoon.
I'll take your spoon and I'll raise you 2 forks. I'll raise you 2 forks.
You know what he's saying? Fork you. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, fork you.
And Jesse Guajardo said, what about Dr. Thunder?
Who put that one out?
Talk about spoons and forks. The one thing that really got me on the kick for making like random shorts and all that, people seem to love them too. There, I gotta get back in the kick of that. That was me and my friend Shauna. We were going down to Storm Lake. I needed to take her down there to go get her kid, go see her kid and stuff like that. Good. It's not a 70-mile trip. Not too bad. A little fun there. We decided to stop at KFC there, and they gave me a spork to eat my chicken with. I was like, "What the hell is this crap?" So I took a video of this and go, "Man, I'm having deja vu back to my jail days with this. I think they're trying to tell me something." and that got like 5,000 views. And it's kind of funny. Some of the stupidest stuff is what people were clicking on and watching. Heck, I had one video there. It was just a video of my cat licking himself. Then I made a post on Facebook there going, y'all think I'm stupid, but I got 561 people to watch a video of my cat licking himself.
Nate says, Gorilla exactly just like what they're doing with Daredevil right now, and it's the biggest example of this. is the character of Vanessa Kingpin's wife. Her character is totally different.
Well,
Daredevil. I don't know. I never even heard about him until a
here's
few
the
days
thing.
ago.
So I did watch the old Netflix series, and I loved it. As soon as I saw what they were doing with Daredevil on She-Hulk and all that kind of stuff, I was like, yeah, that's done. And then they said, oh, well, no, they're going to do another series. And it's gotten good reviews from the people I've heard. But I saw not the ratings, the viewership numbers are in the toilet. And I'm like, it doesn't matter anymore how good this stuff is. They have completely lost their audience. Their audience has moved on. Nobody is watching Disney Plus anymore. Even the best show on Disney Plus is not being watched because people aren't tuning in. They don't care anymore. When you push away your audience, you're left holding an empty bag.
Yeah, and didn't that all start with them firing Gina Carano, and then from there just kind of steadily went downhill?
Honestly, a lot of people look at it that way. I think that's just another step in the ladder. I think the whole problem was when Iger took over. When Iger took over and overextended the company with acquisitions and no vision for how to develop them. Look, all of the acquisitions that they've made, they've destroyed everyone they've actually done something with. So the ones they haven't touched are probably the better off for it. There are a ton of franchises that they picked up in the 20th Century Fox merger that they haven't touched. There's a whole contingent of people out there clamoring for an Alita Battle Angel sequel. And I'm going, do you really want them to do that under Disney? Look at everything else that Disney's done. We're better off if we don't get a movie.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see an Alita Battle Angel 2, but you're
not
right,
if
Disney would
Disney's
just F
involved.
it up.
Yeah. Troy, the viewership is in the toilet because they have lost more subscribers, than they want to admit. And yes, Netter is it started with Gino. I'll even
Yeah, we even sold our stock when they started all that nonsense.
Something I hadn't considered too, there, Nate, is that they can bolster their subscriber numbers by bundling it with Hulu, bundling it with ESPN, bundling it with name a company, a credit card, a phone company, whatever. Making it a bundle, you get free Disney Plus, with this package or whatever. That doesn't mean people are actually watching it, It's like we have Amazon Prime. We got it for, ordering stuff and, groceries and stuff like that. We have access to their streaming service, but we never watch anything on it. We don't care about it. That's not why we got it.
Yeah, we got it for the free ship. Well, I suppose it's not really free shipping since we're paying a certain amount per year to use Amazon Prime. We're not paying as much in shipping though as we would because we're always getting Amazon. So the was it $70 whatever we're spending a year?
Yeah,
it pays for itself after just a couple of shipments because we have Subscribe and Save, and that right there for just a couple of months would take care of that $70 in shipping because this stuff is heavy.
Yeah. Oh. I used to think that too, JPRPH1. Nelson Peltz should take another run at Disney. But the problem is, I think he's moved on. He's not interested in fighting that battle anymore. He's an investment guy, and he saw something that he thought he could make a good investment of, but they fought him so hard, and they did the politics to convince the stockholders to side with them over Nelson Peltz. Well, as the stocks tank, you get what you vote for. That's true in government. It's true for stockholders. So there you go. Yes, and I have to agree with timey-wimey-limey. Physical media, guys. Look, I mean, that's how I've watched. Is it Netflix that has Cobra Kai? I've been buying the DVDs of those.
No. Hey, I'd say Jesse. I would say screw Disney. They're a lost cause. They'd be better off just burning everything down and take the insurance money from now. So as far as that company has fallen, if you really want a good company to look for and watch their stuff, there is Angel Studios, because they got what they call the Angel Guild, which no movie or show is approved until the entire guild approves of it, gives it the go ahead. So it's the people who have a vested interest in the show, and even some of the people who will put their money where their mouths were by investing in some of these shows and stuff. They make sure they're putting out good products, because so far from what I've seen on Homestead, whichever, if anybody who hasn't seen an ad on YouTube there for it yet, I don't know what's wrong. That so far has been a good movie. I've only gotten about halfway through. They even started a mini series of it. They're the ones that brought you Sound of Freedom, City of Dreams, Boffenheimer, and there's more in the works.
Yeah, they are whatever they call it. What it basically is quality control. I mean, I feel like some companies are putting stuff out and intentionally making them bad. That's the only way. I mean, even I don't know. I know children writing fan fiction sometimes that can do better than some of these companies.
No, I think some of these people, they believe in what they're writing there, but then they don't have control over the people who are acting in it and all that. The very perfect example, two perfect examples. You got Rachel Ziegler, who was running her mouth up and down and talking all kinds of spouting all kinds of crap there. People just lost in, already knew. They're just groaning, because people might have been generally excited for Snow White there, but then Rachel Ziegler opened her mouth. But then you got people like what's his name? The showrunner for Strange New Worlds, the one that's playing the new
Kurtzman, Alex Kurtzman.
No, not Kurtzman. Ensign Mount. He started running his mouth. Like we all know that Hollywood's run by the liberals. Personally, I don't care. They can call any of the right people, the politicians and all that, whatever they want. But as soon as you attack the people voting for them, it's like, screw you. I'm done even gonna talk. Done even. Because I used to say a few good things about Strange New Worlds, then Ensign Mount had to run his mouth to tell me to go fork myself, just because who I ended up voting for. I'm like, well, fine, sure, I'll unleash the wolves at you.
It's impossible not to take it personally when they're saying that you are this and that. Real quick, I want to say hi to some people that I saw just come into the chat. Jenna from Another Planet, welcome. And Sashi from the other side of the international dateline. Welcome, Sashi. Good to see you as well.
Hey there. And, it's kind of like there's a reason we review the Waltons every Friday on my show, even though some of our jokes go way too far, but that's a whole different song there. Sure. Clips on my channel to prove it. But I always said we need more people like the Waltons were. They're kind, generous people. Even when they're struggling themselves, they always lent a helping hand whenever they could.
Yeah. Well, you don't see wholesome family entertainment anymore. It used to be that, you may not have had a family like the Waltons or the Bradys or I don't know, any shows in the 70s and 80s and early 90s, but even the Cunninghams on Happy Days, you know. But boy, you wanted to have a family like that. You were like, when I grow up, that's the kind of family I'm going to have. You know, I'm going to inspire my children. You know, I'm going to, provide,
Yeah.
solid marriage. But they don't want you to do that. We now have a generation that want to justify the way they want to live. So they're, trying to depict broken families and be like us,
Yeah. Yeah, and I found a group of people that really generally enjoy the Waltons as much as I do. So we got a core set of people who come in there, and a bunch of other people enjoy watching it. And one of the people that there's Sean Carter, who has a great channel, by the way. He sent me this here. Oh, the lights are reflecting off of it. It's from the 100th
Oh, it's a belt
episode.
buckle.
Yeah, the belt buckle from the 100th episode. So there, that only the people who worked on the show could get there. And his
Wow.
dad is the one that drove the truck up in the intro to the Waltons. That's his dad driving the truck.
Oh,
He worked on
wow.
a lot of the background stuff, and he said that to me. I thought I had no words to say. I was speechless. Ask
That's
anybody
pretty
there. I
cool.
usually have something to say about a lot of things there.
Yeah.
There, but
I did watch the Waltons, but not as avidly, and I don't have as much of a memory of it as I do Little House on the Prairie. And
oh,
I even go
you
ahead.
would like this. The town that's 10 miles north of me is actually named after Laura Ingalls Wilder.
No kidding. That's wild.
And
That is
I'm
neat.
actually less than 40 miles from the Laura Ingalls Wilder Museum in the town that show is based on. I think
That's pretty cool.
their actual house is at that museum too, if I remember correctly. I haven't gotten up there, but if I do get up there this summer, if you want me to do like a live stream there, maybe we can
That would be
find the
cool.
time to do a
That
live
would be
stream together.
cool. That would be really, really cool. I I I even that was back in the 70s. Mego, who did all of the superhero figures back then, had the rights to do action figures, and uh, they did all the main characters. They did the truck. They did the house with the front porch and whatnot. And I started reading the books in the school library. Just cause. Um, Kind of inspired me to want to read. Some of these movies, that are based on books. My hope is that it leads people to read the books. You hear about Harry Potter. Harry Potter. Well, did you read the books? Because I hear they're pretty good. And stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Uh, but and but yeah, Little House on the Prairie. I've talked about this on Deleted Scenes channel on Tuesdays when we do live from Sparkwood 21, because the actress who played the school teacher in Little House on the Prairie, Charlotte Stewart, played Betty Briggs in Twin Peaks. So when we went to the Twin Peaks Festival up in Washington State, met her, and I was talking about, I asked her, I said, this, how does a festival like this, meeting all the fans, did you ever think this would be happening with a show like Twin Peaks? She goes, I kind of suspected, because I'm still doing get-togethers for Little House on the Prairie. I'm like, oh, they do this for Little House on the Prairie too? Yeah. I'm like, well, that's pretty cool. So there you go. But yeah, I'm not too fired up about this Amazon Prime Harry Potter series. Didn't really have an issue with the idea of John Lithgow as Dumbledore.
Well,
Welcome,
well,
Boomer.
Welcome, Boomer.
the problem there's two problems I'm seeing with this, and one I don't really have much of a problem with it. I'm guessing maybe J.K. Rowling changed her mind, because the original mandate for the movies there was that they had to have all British actors. That was her
Right.
one mandate, was all British actors. Okay, she might have relaxed on that a little bit, or maybe she found some American actors she liked, But and I cannot do it justice. If you guys
Mhm.
want a really good breakdown on the Snape casting, there,
Yeah.
Movie Flame did a great 8-minute video on that, and because
Yeah.
he said it what everybody is thinking without, like, if I would have said what I was thinking, which is pretty much the exact same thing he was thinking, I sound like an ass. But he
Right.
was able to say it in a way not to sound like an ass.
Right. A lot of people are pointing out that
Yeah.
if you just think through the story of Snape, then you have Harry's father, picking on him and whatnot, and you start. It just becomes a racial thing now. You're
Well,
adding something to the story that wasn't there before.
yeah, because he's the only character in the entire series that had a description of him being pale with
Yeah.
greasy hair, and acne and as an ugly character. Anybody else, they could have totally switched and used
Yeah.
whoever they wanted, almost. But now you're thinking of it, oh, he's harassed and bullied as a kid, it'd be like, then, like, yeah, it'd be two different races, one side harassing
Well,
another, then this person goes and joins a death cult and all that,
right.
it's,
I
I can't
I
even explain it without.
I'm really getting tired of the people that are like, well, why is race so important? For the same reason your race is important. It's part of who you are. It's part of your story. And when you're telling a story, every aspect of that character is important. His race, his religion, his gender, everything about him is part of the narrative. If you change that, you change the story. He is no longer the
Yeah,
same person.
yeah,
That's why it's important.
yeah, and it's and people are saying that there's probably a specific reason why it was written the way J.K. wrote
Mm-hmm.
it the way it is, and why maybe he's the only one that actually had a physical description besides like Dumbledore having long hair, and all that other
Right.
crap. But the only
Exactly.
one that actually had their skin color mentioned, except maybe a couple other characters, but for a wide majority of the entire characters, we just get general descriptions, which you could swap them out for anybody, and nobody would care. Just
Right.
Harry could be any character, just as long as he had scruffed up messy hair there and had a lightning scar.
Right. Yeah, exactly right. It's it's I often refer to it as neo-Marxism. They want to destroy the institutions that really bind our society together, to divide us as much as possible, to literally destroy our society. I mean, that's literally how Marxism works. I mean, you
Well,
can read the Communist Manifesto. You know,
they've been saying for years that we need to reduce our carbon. Well, everybody's finally figuring out you are the carbon they are trying to get rid of.
exactly, exactly. Why do you think they're pushing all kinds of things that either kill you or sterilize you? All these social, engineering things.
Mm.
Oh, change your gender. Of course, you'll never be able to have kids again, but that's fine. And oh yeah, if you don't want a kid, just eliminate the kid. That's fine. We support your choice to do that. Anything we could do to eliminate human life, let's make sure we do that.
Well, did you ever think in your lifetime that you would see like those like medical trailers semis that they see you
Sure.
see like for blood drives and all
Mm-hmm.
that stuff? Would
Right.
you ever thought in your lifetime you would see a free vasectomy truck sitting outside the DNC for anybody who wanted a free vasectomy.
And at that point, I realized they'd completely lost the plot. I mean,
Yeah.
literally, if you're going to keep going down that path, then your political party will end in one generation because there will be no children in those families to continue voting for you. You dumbasses. I mean,
Well, Troy, I think this all falls back onto Darwin's theory of evolution. Survival of the
yeah,
fittest.
you can't fix stupid, but you could definitely cleanse the gene pool, right? Or allow it to cleanse itself. I'm not even suggesting you cleanse the gene pool. Let them take care of themselves.
Well, I'll be politer than that, but
Well, so what have you got coming up on your channel in the next week or so?
Well, I was supposed to do Firefly tonight, but I got home late, and then I was hungry, and then my foot's still sore and stuff. I was like, no, I'm not. I don't feel like streaming. I might fall asleep during it. Like you don't realize like how much like pain wears you out.
Absolutely,
Like
I
I've
absolutely do.
My coworker could take a few lessons here. I still went to work even though I might have cracked my foot there. But he goes home every other day with a tummy ache. But that's a whole different song.
Yeah.
But no, we got the Waltons episode. So they're tomorrow. They're the nurse from season 4, episode 13. We do a review on that, and we just have highly appropriate jokes throughout the show, but it's a lot of fun. People look at joy to me. I'd probably have a pitchfork mob outside my house here if I go with doing the Waltons on Fridays, unless it's pre-announced. So, but then like on Sunday Cinema, I think we were going to be doing Homestead, which is a fantastic movie from Angel Studios. So if you guys want to see what Angel Studios can do, come on Sunday. Then on Tuesdays, we'll do the Cigar Lounges. That's when we tend to get the most political. Then I'm going to try and start doing stuff on Wednesdays also.
Good. Awesome.
Yeah.
I as we go through the week, we try to build all the channels we can think of, but Wednesdays has been kind of a gap for us that we gotta, if you're doing something on Wednesday, let us know. We'll try to send people your way. But speaking of sending people your way, right after this stream on Deleted Scenes channel is his coming attractions, where he tells everybody what he's got coming up for the next week. And I just dropped that link in the private chat so Netter can forward you all to his channel when we end here. So don't go anywhere at the end of this stream. Just stay right here. Don't touch that dial, as the song goes. And you will be forwarded on to Deleted Scenes to let you know what he's got coming up.
Oh, and I see Deleted Scenes says I had a good point there. And then I'm glad you enjoy the Waltons there, JPRH one.
Yeah, absolutely. And what did he say there? He says, if Apple TV follows up the Murderbot Diaries series, I'm going to hit the roof. I don't even know what the Murderbot Diaries is, but man, that sounds cool. I'm kind of interested now.
Well, Deleted. How high is the roof are we talking? Because if you're 6 foot and you only have a 5 foot roof there, that's not that hard then.
Well, yeah. Good point.
No.
And thank you for the member milestone. 4 months. Think about that, Netter. You've been monetized for 4 months now. How cool is that?
Yeah.
How cool is that?
I'm somebody.
Yeah. Then tomorrow night, as I mentioned at the top of the show, I'm planning on getting wasted. It's been a week. But as far as the conversation goes, we're going to be continuing our conversation from last week. Last week we were talking about Batman 89 the Batmania surrounding it and all the merchandising and so forth.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow night we will pick up where we left off by discussing Batman Returns,
Yeah.
and how if the success of Batman forever altered the course of superhero movies going forward, I would say that Batman Returns changed the way superhero movies are marketed. So we will talk about that tomorrow night at 9 Central, 10 Eastern on my channel. Hope to see you guys there. I wanted to say that Deleted Scenes and Big Al have a movie, but you know what? They'll fill you in on that. Deleted Scenes will fill you in on that in his stream in just a few minutes. But then Saturday, Netter's got a movie. What movie is that, Netter, on Saturday?
That one will be I tried making faces at me. A fish called Wanda.
Yes, a fish called Wanda. Ken coming to kill me. Yes, a fish called Wanda. 9 Central, 10 Eastern on Netter's Network. And then all the things that Deleted's got going on Sunday,
which he will tell you about right after this.
With Geeky Geezers kind of wedged in there. And I actually haven't put the notes together yet for this week, so I don't remember what all we're going to be talking about. So you just have to tune in. I'll probably talk about it a little bit on Friday. But yeah, so that'll get us through the weekend, I think.
And on Friday, the alcohol goes through the Friday.
Well, yes, it'll at least get us over the week is what the alcohol is for. You know,
I think I might actually have to have a Netter's Nectar.
I will happily hook you up. I'll tell you, the local personality who was originally behind the Canarble wagon used to say that he said that when the liquor goes in, the sadness has to go somewhere else. Yeah. And I like that.
That. When the day the Earth blew up.
The day the Earth blew up. Yes, I did see that video, by the way.
Yeah. And JP or Tim, that Daniel Craig movie, that's going to cost a lot more than the $5 in super chats that I got that night to watch that movie. Like, it's going to cost you like, I need 4 windows here replaced, and that's going to be around $200, you know. So if you want me to watch it, have an encore of that one there, then it's going to cost you a pretty penny on that one. You'll have to do a fundraiser.
Keep in mind, you guys that are monetized with those super chats, you can set goals, and you can say, look, if we get to $200, I will get my windows and I will watch whatever movie it is. And you can start that, you know, in the banner up at the top of the chat. I haven't done much of that.
Well, I tried that. That was a major disaster there.
Well,
it lasted for
if they want the thing, they do the thing. Otherwise, okay. Well, we're not watching that movie.
Because I actually came across this on one of the sites I used to look for stuff there, and I read the wrong description for the movie there. I thought because the title just happened to catch my eye as a top trending. I was wondering why the heck it was trending. I must have clicked the wrong one there, because I thought, okay, if I get 5 super chats, no matter the amount there, you know, I'll do A Gorilla Must Suffer. And there's this movie called Queer. In the description I read, I thought we were going to be watching a gay Hallmark version of some lover got murdered and this guy was going after him. So I must have clicked like the movie right above it, you know, and not realized it. No. This was like more like the After Dark stuff on the 590 channels on DirecTV that I used to have to sneak out and watch after my parents go to bed type deal. You know, anybody who had DirecTV knows what the 590 channels are.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's there's been a lot of talk in the news lately. Not that it's anything we need to talk about on Geeky Geezers, but before the sale of Star Wars, George Lucas was working on a series called a Star Wars Underworld. It would have been about like bounty hunters and all that kind of stuff. And some of the scripts have been released, and I guess people are saying it sounds like it would have been a really, really good show if they had done it. Come to find out, there is a movie out there called Star Wars Underworld. But be very, very careful with that. It's not the Star Wars you think it is. In fact, a clip of that was used in the Thank the Maker cut of the holiday special to replace the mind evaporator scene. Just if that gives you any indication of what kind of a movie this is.
So it's not an After Dark one, or
it's very much an After Dark one. It's you've got to be 18 or older type of film. Yes. A so-called a triple X parody film is what they call it.
Nice.
They have to call it a parody so that they can't get sued. But based on that scene from the Thank the Maker cut, the costumes and makeup were perfect. Looked better than a lot of the stuff that's coming out of Lucasfilm now. So, yeah, that's actually kind of sad when the adult industry is doing better looking films than the actual studios, the so-called parodies, so to speak. But George had 60 scripts written for Underworld. Star Wars Theory has a great video covering it. Yeah, I've seen a couple different videos. I didn't see Star Wars Theories, but I've seen a couple different.
Yeah, and just for
Troy,
Jesse here,
the giggity,
giggity. All right.
All right.
Who else but Quagmire?
Exactly. Anyway, that's all I got, Netter. I'm done.
Okay, well, you pretty much covered everything. We covered the whole week, what's going on. Reminder that starting next week before Thursday Things, so that'll be 8 p.m. Central and 9 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to be starting my members only stream. It'll run for about an hour.
Yep.
And then we'll go into Thursday Things and
right,
et cetera, et cetera. So any of my members will want to tune in for that. And it'll be like we're doing right now. You actually be on stage. You'll be able to actually talk and not have to type. So I'll put the link in the chat for my members, and then you guys can come in as you want. And just hang out, have a good time.
Yep. Sounds good.
Any other final words, Gorilla?
No, I'm about 200 hours away from starting to get ad revenue. If people want to just put my music playlist out in the background there, that'd be wonderful.
Awesome.
Yep. Oh yeah, absolutely. Let's help a buddy out. Make sure that you, if you're not already, make sure that you are subscribed to Gorilla's Gorilla's Censored Thoughts, and watch some videos up there. Leave them running.
Right.
Come refresh the screen every now and again. Let's get him. Let's get him gainfully producing.
And there's a reason. There's a reason. Yeah, there was a reason that my name got changed there from Random Thoughts to Censored Thoughts. It's because in a lot of chats there, especially Curtis Selby's there. I'll put a comment in, and then all of a sudden that comment will just disappear. Then with that massive mistake with what was that Wicked there with the joke? I'd always put that joke in there about the website there that they screwed up. They had to recall the toys, which nobody will probably notice if they didn't say anything. there. But I put that joke in there, and Google will even tell me that they deleted the chat there by their mod team. But there's quite a few streams that at least 3 of my chats will disappear throughout the whole right away, right after I type them. So that's why it's now censored thoughts.
Oh,
there you go.
And Troy, you said you didn't have any other words?
Nope.
Okay. Well, you all know what I always say. We can talk amongst ourselves, and it's all well good and fun. And it is a lot of fun. But it is so much more fun when you guys are joining us in the chat. And you're dropping your comments, questions, trivia, being goofy, whatever it may be. And it doesn't feel like we're separated by miles or continents in some cases. Hi, Sashi.
Yep.
It feels like we're all hanging out in our family room. We're passing the popcorn and having a great time. And you guys, you know you're not just our friends. You're our family. We love you guys and we appreciate you so very much. You can be anywhere and you're here. And that's so encouraging. Not just to those of us on the panel, but to each other in the chat. I mean, I know I enjoy seeing every single one of you popping into the chat, even if you only have a minute to pop in and say, pop in and say hi and doing a thumbs up and, but I gotta go to work or whatever, even just that little pop in. It's just so encouraging to see you guys here. So thank you so very much for all of that. And thank you also for the many, many ways that you guys support our channels. You have quite a few of you have become members. You give super chats and super stickers, the comments, the thumbs up, or what do you call it? The likes. They call them likes. Sharing out our streams. All of the different ways that you guys support us. It's amazing. You guys are AWESMOE. So thank you so much for that. And for those of you who are not members, maybe you want to consider that. It's $3 a month for my lowest tier. That's less than the price of a cup of coffee, because I know Starbucks is something like $10 or more for a cup of coffee, which is really ridiculous for coffee. So it's $3 for the entire month. You get access to the now special members only streams, and we'll be adding more perks for members as we go along. So it's something to consider. So I would appreciate it. I know Troy would appreciate it. Gorilla would appreciate it. So if you're not a member, I hope you really would consider becoming one. You can also gift memberships if you so choose to. I know Ruby Hoove does it a lot on Troy's channel. I think Connie's done it a few times on either Troy's or my channel. So, that also helps, because then it lets them know, hey, you got a membership to this channel, and maybe that brings them in. And, then it's like, oh, yeah, I'm really interested in whatever it is they're talking about tonight. Like, for example, on Tuesdays, we're talking about Twin Peaks. We've gotten people come in just to hear Twin Peaks talk because they have gotten a gift membership from somebody, or somebody else recommended the channel because it's Twin Peaks or whatever. All that is very helpful to our channels, because we don't do this for us. We do this for you. And I started kind of running on with a sentence there that was getting away from me, so I was trying to dial it back in. But thank you all so very much for being here. Like I said, you guys are amazing. You are AWESMOE. We super appreciate y'all. And until next time, actually, if you just stay right here, you will be redirected to deleted scenes, coming attractions. So don't go anywhere. But until next time, good night and God bless.
all for.